Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Marvel Spider-Man Venom Mech Armor vs. Miles Morales. This is set number 76276. It has 134 pieces and I paid $15 for this set. This is from a new wave of these Marvel mechs. I looked at the past ones like the Rocket, Hulk, and Thanos ones. I believe I've looked at like a Wolverine one and some older ones. I have an older Captain America one that I haven't looked at on this channel yet, but I like these well enough. I like mechs, and it's a good way to get some characters and some figures, and mechs are fun for me. These don't seem to be too revolutionary, but I wanted to check them out, so I have this one. This released alongside a War Machine one. I also have that one, and I'll be looking at that in the near future as well. So I have this here. So in this video I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Marvel Venom Mech Armor vs. Miles Morales set, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching and remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. That means a lot to me. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I would love to get there. I'm not sure if we ever will, but it would mean the world to me if we did, so I appreciate it, and I wanted to take a moment to say thank you very much. I usually say thank you and then I talk about the build, but these mechs come together relatively quick, and if you've built one of them, they're pretty similar. So now on to my review for this set. Okay, so here we have the Lego Marvel Spider-Man Venom Mech Armor vs. Miles Morales set. This is pretty interesting. I looked at this and built this, and I'm reviewing this around the same time, or in the same time. I looked at the older Captain America mech and the War Machine mech, and I also recently looked at a Monkey Kid mech, and I also looked at a bunch of Ninjago mechs. So I'm looking at kind of play scale mechs right now, and this is one of them that I think is new for 2024. It might have came out around January, but I'm not positive. And so this is pretty interesting. I think they've actually done a Marvel mech before, or like a Venom mech before, rather, that was in a bigger set. That was kind of before there was like the standard form factor for mechs like this. I want to say that's true, but I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but I don't have it either. Maybe it's something I would like to get. Like, I would really like that Venom dinosaur one, like the Venom Saurus or the Venom T-Rex or whatever it is. I would really like that set, but I thought it was like around that same time. So anyway, interesting that we got this here. Also interesting to get a mech set at that scale with 2 minifigures, and that's what we'll look at first, because you do get some. You get 2. So the first one we'll look at is Venom. It's a fine minifigure. I have met Venom. I have different versions of Venom, but now here's another one. Actually, a pretty okay way to get a version of this figure if one doesn't have it already. Face printing is pretty good. The eyes are nice. I think they are actually pretty white. I'm gonna hesitate to say they should be whiter. It actually doesn't feel that bad. Sometimes when they print white on black, it can look a little bit gray or even like a little bit bluish because the black like bleeds through. This is not as bad as I thought it was going to be, so that's pretty good. You got the mouth there, which is okay, and there's a tongue in there as well. Torso is pretty good, but standard for Venom. Kind of has Venom, almost Spider-Man adjacent logo there, as well as kind of some musculature and stuff. Nothing on the midsection, the legs, or the arms. Looking at the back, no alternate face, and we have the back of the torso, which is very similar to the front, so that's okay. And then you get another minifigure. This is the Venom Mech vs. Miles Morales. It's a villain mech, and maybe Lego or Marvel or whoever was, insistent that they must be maybe a hero mech in this as well, even though they did like a Stormtrooper mech and a Darth Vader mech. That it might be a little bit different, but I think Venom could have a mech on their own and it'd be a good set. But also you get 2 minifigures here, so we have Miles Morales, and this is pretty cool. I think I have this version as well, but we do have kind of the hoodie here. So Miles Morales is wearing like the hood piece over their head. The head printing is pretty good. In this one, the eyes are, I don't know if they're supposed to be like metallic or if they're supposed to be blue. It looks like there's a little bit of blue in there around the edge, but those I think could have been maybe a little bit brighter, a little bit starker, a little less transparent. The red printing is pretty good. No alternate face, but we do get the back of it, which is just a checkered pattern, which I always laugh at because it feels so strange to me compared to the one they do on the front, and also because we don't have anything on the side of the head. So I always laugh when I see that. It feels a little bit strange to me. The torso is pretty cool because they have the Miles Morales black like Spider-Man suit, the black and red one underneath there with some good detail, and then they also have like the hoodie over that, so you get the hood piece, and then you get like the drawstrings and the zipper and some other lining. Nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs, nothing on the arms. Looking at the back, we have kind of a Miles Morales logo on the back of the sweater there, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I think it's good to get two figures. Miles Morales does have some accessories, including these like web blast pieces that can be launched out of a minifigure hand, so good. And then the rest of the set is, well, not the rest of the set, I mean there's also this rope element that Miles Morales can grab onto, or it's like a web string of web to fly, or to whatever, web sling and stuff, so they get that as well, and that can interact with some of the rest of this in the set. But the main thing in the set is this Venom Mech here. So color scheme feels good. This is pretty much the staple form factor for mechs at this scale right now, so it does use the pieces that are pre-folded like that. I don't always think of Venom as a particularly bulky character like I might associate with Hulk or something like that, so or even War Machine. Something about it feels like a little bit bulkier. Venom can be really huge, can also be somewhat slim. The nature of the symbiote is a little bit amorphous in that way, but this is pretty good. So you start off the mech like you do a lot of these mechs, with kind of the bigger kind of torso piece in here and a couple ball joints on the side. You do a little bit of detailing on there, some studs and bracket usage, some tiling out up top. Then you get the like chest piece here, which is in black. We have a space for Venom to pilot this. We do have this printed slope here, which is nice, so good to get that, and that's how you would get them in there. This one has waist or hip rotation, which is always appreciated, so good to get that. The waist kind of area is pretty basic, but fine. Then we have the mixel ball joints at the hips and down at the feet. I like how the feet were done. They're a little like bigger than I thought, and I thought I wouldn't like it, but I do. The kind of stuff for the legs is really basic, but I do think like this kind of tooth bracket piece or whatever it is does a lot of the heavy lifting there to add a little more of that pop of white and kind of more like teeth and claws type things here, so that really works for me. But there's not too much stuff adorning the kind of pre-bent leg piece here. So you have the ball joint piece up there, and down there you just get a disc piece here, this kind of weird rounded piece with a couple studs on it, and then you get this slope, and it's the same on the other side, so there's not a ton going on there. I like the use of this piece here that's almost like a rock face looking type piece with like three little points or like a claw thing on the bottom. I think that's really nice. The feet are big, it's pretty stable because of that, and now because we have the waist articulation, it does open up the kind of posability of these and the articulation and where you can reach, because you can spin the legs all the way around, you can spin the torso all the way around. The arms are identical right to left, and that's okay here, so we build up a little bit around the shoulders, the mixel joint up there. These curved kind of pieces for the pauldron are a nice choice. I also love kind of these details out here of kind of these symbiote spires or tentacles sort of coming off at various parts. I wonder if there's maybe not a way to have done another thing like getting a clip on the back of one of these legs to have something like that as well. Maybe it would be a way to improve this. And then they just do the same thing with the disc, but they do add that kind of barb, sprig, kind of tentacle element there. Different kind of piece for the forearm. And then we get the claws here, which are really nice. So they use just the black like mech finger, but then the white barbs for the claws, which is really good. So you can curl those in really nicely. And when they have that extra extension of the barbs, you can really get them like brought in like that, but they can also look like really big and menacing, like they're gonna like, you know, snatch or grab or smash someone or scratch someone or something. So I really like that about the extra effect of the barb, just the extra length it gives them, but also the extra like curvature it gives the fingers on this. So I really like that. They do have a stud in here, like a bracket that is in the palm, so theoretically they could clip someone or something in there, and I think you could clip like a minifigure in there. I'm not sure, I haven't tried this and I don't know if it was on the box. So can I get Miles Morales in the clutches of Venom here? I would say that works. It's not super stable, but I studded in the back of the minifigure to that bracket and wrapped the fingers kind of around, and that actually looks pretty cool, looks pretty good. So I kind of, I don't know if that's explicitly what it's for, but it's one way to do things. So it's nice to have that little bracket stud in there to get access to maybe other accessories or to put, you know, whatever, something in there, but also like holding another minifigure I think is pretty good. So and you know, it's not like the best connection, but it's a stud connection and it's Lego, so it doesn't feel too bad, and that's really nice. So yeah, these arms are pretty good. I think I would have liked some of the stuff that's in the arms used on the legs as well, but maybe that was too cumbersome or limited the mobility too much. I think like these kind of pieces here and or something like these could have been used on the legs or around the feet to adorn them a little bit more. And that's pretty much everything. On the back we can see we do have like another mixel ball joint here, and I believe that is, you know, one place where you can attach this web for like web slinging, web swinging here, and that's fine. I also think, you know, I don't know if it's what they're for explicitly, but these kind of bar elements coming off of here could be somewhere to attach that as well. So that's kind of interesting. There's not great places to attach it down on the legs, which again could be a little bit of a way to improve this, so that like you could theoretically like wrap up the legs. So if there was another bar or a clip or something down here so you could play wrapping up the legs down there, I think would improve this a little bit. But there is this back here, which I believe is just for the kind of web element there, and there's no like stud shooters on this or anything else, so it is kind of just this mech suit. I can put Venom in there so we can see how that looks. And do I have to put their arms down? So it looks like that. I think it looks all right, a little bit comical, but feels kind of good, so not too bad. And that's kind of all for this set. I'll show the extra pieces because you do get an extra of the white barb, the kind of longer squiggly black barb, a 1x1 Technic pin with the stud, Technic pin. This one, you get two of these like web blast things. I don't know if one of them's technically an extra and one of them's for the minifigure, but just know that you get two of them. So that's that. This set's $15, and it is It is 134 pieces. So 134 pieces for $15. $15 is the kind of standard mech price that I am used to for new mechs, for Marvel mechs. This one's interesting because you do get 2 characters. The minifigures aren't like top of the line quality. They're not the best ever, but they get 2 of them. And now I'm looking and seeing that on some of the official images, they maybe had Miles being held like upside down by Venom as well, which is kind of an interesting look too. So another thing where that could be done. So, you know, that's good. But 134 pieces for $15 isn't great. There's no stickers. It is a Marvel set. It is a Spider-Man Marvel set. And you do get 2 characters. So I think the value is okay here. It's not outrageous. I'm glad it's not $16. I wasn't really thrilled about the Star Wars one being $16. I hope these continue to be $15 because that also opens it up for like a 20% discount, gets it down to like $3 off, so down to like $12, which I think is super reasonable for 2 minifigures and a mech, which is like a good toy. For me, I like these more than the construction figures or kind of the buildable action figure things, which I looked at the Venom one. I think I also looked at a Spider-Man one, and I just wasn't really into them. I would much rather have this. It doesn't have the same articulation, but a lot of the range of motion stuff can be solved by the waist. Now this one like can't really reach across its body at all because of these pieces under here. So it's got pretty limited arm movement, but because of the waist, we can get a lot in there, and the legs are, you know, pretty good. Actually, the legs have a lot more movement than the arms. This one's a little bit restricted in that area, but the hip rotation really does a lot to alleviate that issue. So even though it can't reach across its body in any meaningful way, it can move such that it gets its arms to their desired destination. So I'm a big fan of this. I think $15 is fair. A discount would be even better. I hope they don't raise the price because I think this is a right around a very good price, an acceptable price and a good price. And I feel like I got my money's worth here and 2 figures. So great. If you like this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up and giving a like. If you like my other videos, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. Click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more LEGO Marvel mechs, more mechs in general, tons of other LEGO sets from all different themes as well, all different shape, size, price point, piece count, big, small, old, new, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss those. If you want to support this channel, you can do that right here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. All of that stuff helps me a lot. And I still have the Patreon. It's in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. And again, every little bit helps, so maybe consider checking those things out. I very much appreciate it, so thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.